Anytime a Serie A season begins, Juventus are always one of the pretenders to the throne. It's been a long time since they won the crown by their own high standards. Igor Tudor hoping to begin campaign as the Bianconeri mean to go on. And Chico Conceição immediately closing down Lautaro Valenti. Valeri with the long throw, it's flicked on, and here's an opportunity. Cambiaso puts it behind. It was Lervik closing in. Almost a very fast start from Parma. Did get a 2-2 draw here last season. Simon Somme amongst the goal scorers, he's left the club as well. Thuram, Locatelli. Parma getting 2 banks of 5 almost behind the ball. Bremer going for goal. Suzuki watches it over. Thuram for Conceição, and Suzuki did well. The trajectory was taking the ball over the goalkeeper's head and into the back of the net. And Zion Suzuki kept his eye on it. Terrific run from Chico Conceição, perfectly weighted pass. And Suzuki on his toes to keep it out. Parma happy to allow Juventus possession in this area of the field. Gatti, Kalulu showing for it. Gatti steps inside. Locatelli, Yildiz was keen to see the ball crossed in. Locatelli does deliver, it's a lovely ball in. Here's Jonathan David, who is stretching. Parma wanted a foul in the first place. Cambiaso. David for Thuram. It's broken the way of Conceição. Chico Conceição, straight at the goalkeeper. Yildiz, Kefren Thuram now. This is David. Thuram was just caught up in his feet. Couldn't quite get it out of his feet to really generate the power. Juventus have taken it quickly. Yildiz. Conceição. Cambiaso's cross, and just wide by Thuram. Both he and Bremer went up for it. The service from wide areas has been excellent from Juventus. They're just lacking that killer touch. In fact, it's Bremer with the final touch. Yildiz. Valenti. Looking for an outball, given away to Kalulu. Here he is again. Pierre Kalulu is behind Locatelli. A few grumbles and groans from Allianz Stadium. Kalulu with the cross. And again, 2 or 3 Juventus players might have been able to apply the finish. Lervik made sure it went out of play. A fairly underwhelming start for Juventus so far. 45 minutes in which very little has come to pass in the opposition penalty area. Bremer head injury is one footnote for you. Closest we came to a goal, Chico Conceição's header, which Suzuki turned over the top. Jonathan David yet to really get into the game. At the break, Juventus 0, Parma 0. Parma 45 minutes away from a very creditable point to begin their season away at Juventus. With a bit more ambition, they might even be able to come away with maximum points. For the Bianconeri, someone needs to step up. No changes to either side for the moment. Juventus could do with getting Jonathan David into the game, otherwise Tudor might need to park his pride and turn to Vlahovic. Locatelli with the flick. Given away by Kalulu. Bernabé, that's a trip by Kalulu. Recap of the two teams with Pierre Kalulu operating in a relatively unfamiliar. Intercepted here by Valenti. Parma can carry it with Almqvist. He's got Pellegrino in the middle. Almqvist, Pellegrino, what a block from Bremer. A match winner at that end of the field, Bremer, because Parma nearly scored inside 90 seconds of the second half. Now Juventus trying to come the other way with Cambiaso. Easily dealt with. The spin will keep it in play. Almqvist forced Bremer to play the ball into touch. Matteo Pellegrino. Well found here by Almqvist, who did everything right, waited for the movement. And in the end, Bremer with the help of a sliding challenge. Yildiz with the cutback. This is David and Thuram. Now Gatti dropping the shoulder and going for goal. That would have been something special from Gatti with his weaker foot. Not far away from the top corner. Locatelli. This might be again for Koopmeiners with the ability to shoot from distance. Yildiz does shoot from distance. And Suzuki was worried. It's the sort of game it is. When you're not breaking down the opposition, someone needs to produce a moment of quality, and Yildiz a foot away. Gatti now. On it goes for Kalulu. Conceição. With the effort, it's caught the post. Kalulu, meantime, away by Valenti. There was a deflection on Conceição's shot, which is what made it so awkward for Suzuki. That's gone into touch, meantime. But Chico Conceição has come closest to scoring a goal tonight. And here's how. Came off Mandela Keita. Kalulu with the cross. It's dropped the way of Kelly, and David scuffed it, and it nearly went in as an own goal. Seemed to rush the effort, Jonathan David. He wouldn't have cared had he found his first Juventus goal. Kalulu's cross caused confusion. Kelly was in an offside position in any case. Yildiz takes it short. Conceição. Yildiz firing it across, and Jonathan David has his goal. That's why he's been recruited. That's what they expect from him. And it is a debut goal for Juventus' new centre-forward. Yildiz providing the creativity. Tudor feeling vindicated. It's taken nearly an hour. He rushed his previous effort. He was right on the money with this one, Jonathan David. He comes with huge pedigree. He has a history of scoring goals. Yildiz getting away from Mandela Keita. And the goal-scoring instincts there of David, just getting in front of his man and steering it with the outside of his boot. Kolowani yet to return. Vlahovic seemingly on the way out. The future is this man, Jonathan David. Kalulu, Koopmeiners had made the run. This is David. Yildiz now. He wants a goal. Thuram unleashing it, well held by Suzuki. Chico Conceição. Yildiz is interested. Conceição going himself. Now it's Kenan Yildiz. Too close to Suzuki. Lautaro Valenti with the effort. Di Gregorio knew where his crossbar was. David, Koopmeiners. David wanted it from Kalulu, Koopmeiners, Jonathan David, Kenan Yildiz! Good save from Suzuki. But in 3 touches, Juventus nearly picked Parma apart again. In comes the corner. Nico Gonzalez almost scored with his first touch. Cambiaso's lashed out there on Lervik, and that is silly, to say the very least. Andrea Cambiaso sent off for violent conduct, and this is becoming a theme for Juventus under Tudor. Kalulu last season against Lazio, Yildiz against Monza, now Cambiaso with a straight red card against Parma, and Juventus, who are defending a 1-0 lead, are now down to 10 men. Emanuele Valeri. Koopmeiners helping out with João Mario. Chance to show his attacking prowess. He's released Vlahovic, and through now for Yildiz, if he's got the pace. Yildiz, Vlahovic! He can still do a job. He can still score goals, and he's determined to find the net for however long he stays in Turin. Just as Juventus go down to 10 men, Vlahovic makes sure of the points. The goal owed plenty to the endeavour of João Mario, and Yildiz knew exactly where his strike partner was. And on his 200th appearance in Serie A, it's another goal in the Italian top flight for Dusan Vlahovic. João Mario finding Vlahovic. He released Yildiz, and then Chircati lost Vlahovic. And all Yildiz needed was to put the right weight on the cross. And Vlahovic did what he does best. In by Bernabé, away by Kefren Thuram. Valeri, Bernabé. Bernabé does go for goal. What a save from Di Gregorio. That's why he can shoot from distance. That's why he should shoot from distance. Adrien Bernabé. Fabulous strike. Good goalkeeping. A winning start for Juventus this season. A goal for debutant Jonathan David. Set them on their way. The man he's been recruited possibly to replace made sure of the points after Andrea Cambiaso had got himself sent off. Jonathan David and Dusan Vlahovic, the difference makers for the Bianconeri. Carlos Cuesta's first taste of Serie A ends in defeat, but Parma will try again against Atalanta next time out. Will Juventus be in the top 4 conversation, or maybe even higher? We'll find out in the coming weeks and months. But this is just the start they would have wanted. It ends at Allianz Stadium. Juventus 2, Parma 0.